Hello everyone, we meet again. I was away for quite some time as I was studying for the JLPT, but now I'm back and I want to thank every one of you for 800 subscribers. I really appreciate the support and I hope you'll stick around for more of my arrangements in the future. Nevertheless, I wanted to take advantage of this situation as part of celebrating this achievement. I present to you my favorite music from each Windows Touhou mainline game from Touhou 6 to Touhou 19, specifically a stage theme and a boss theme each. I will give an exception to a spin-off game if I really like a theme so much. This video will also double as a roadmap for my future arrangements, which will all culminate in a grand medley featuring these themes. My selection process will be quite simple. I will simply say my favorite in both categories and tell you my thought process. I will also give second place to themes I really have an attachment to but failed to make first place, and as such this video will be highly subjective and biased to myself. Of course, my favorites don't necessarily mean that I think it's the best objectively or my taste is superior to anyone else's. I simply love the certain piece of music more than the others in its specific game. Without further ado, let's go. Touhou 6, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. But then again, Touhou 6 is already extremely difficult due to nostalgia. Touhou 6 and Touhou 10 were my first Touhou games after all, so I'm really attached to the music, especially the boss themes. Rumia's theme is the basis of Liz Triangle's Arigato, which is very popular in the fandom and is one of my favorite fan songs. I've sung along Chirno's theme 2 times already. Mei Ling's theme validates her status as a martial artist so strong that only Reimu and Marisa seem to be the only ones breaching her defenses. Pachuli's theme perfectly captures the threat she emanates despite being sickly. I actually prefer Lunar Clock than Flowering Night. Remelia's theme, being a Beethoven reference, stimulates my nature as an organist who dabbles in a little bit of piano, and of course, Flandre's theme is simply iconic. After some self-deliberation, I decided that my most favorite Touhou 6 boss theme is Hong Mei Ling's Shanghai Alice of Meiji 17. What I really love the most about this theme is the part where the koto, or was it the guzheng, becomes the main instrument, which plays a major role in giving the theme its traditional East Asian flavor, which really appeals to me being East Asian myself. The plucking strings create this sense of elegance and serenity, which is quite the gap against Mei Ling's martial arts background, but at the same time, she has a somewhat laid-back nature that makes the theme so perfect for her. A close second place is Remelia Scarlet's Septet for the Dead Princess. It's actually my former first favorite and is in my high priority of arrangements, but we'll leave it at that for now. For the stage theme, my choice would be Mei Ling again. Her stage theme, Shanghai Tea House Chinese Tea, will give precedence that I will most likely prefer calm and serene themes. My second place would then be Flandre's Frightful Song. The Centennial Festival for Magical Girls. And I admit that the former influenced me. I'm already thinking about how I would arrange the latter, and I am frightened. I also want to give special mention to the staff role theme of Touhou 6, Crimson Tower Eastern Dream, which is my favorite Touhou staff role theme as a whole. Touhou 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom. Touhou 7 is quite infamous in the fandom for being long, and I think the music reinforces that feeling because most of the themes have these long intros that take as much as a minute before the payoff. And that's not even counting the fact that I don't really care about how infamous the game is when it comes to the supposed lack of percussion. This makes the music somewhat atmospheric and immersive, but I must admit that the influence of the quote, "first impressions last," is lasting. As such, my favorite boss theme is the Prism River Sisters Phantom Ensemble. The intro already is memorable and serene, and the payoff after 50 whole seconds is simply satisfying. I'll give second place to Alice Murgatroyd's Dull Judgment, the girl who played with people shapes. The payoff part at 51 seconds is also worth it. As for the stage themes, I'll give stage 2's The Fantastic Legend of Touhou as the spot for my favorite. The piano part at the start and the way it is released after 20 seconds as a sort of preparation sounds very satisfying, especially when the piano is reintroduced shortly afterwards. But what's better is the payoff after 56 seconds, which sounds like an organ or something, and as an organist, it is simply divine. I'll give second place to Stage 4's The Capital City of Flowers in the Sky, which sounds like a sequel to Remelia's Septet, or like if it went to a lighter route, like Light and Dark. Touhou 7.5, Immaterial and Missing Power. Although Immaterial and Missing Power is a spin-off game, it is the game that introduced Suika Ibuki's theme, Broken Moon, which is a theme close to my heart, so here's a special mention. Touhou 8, Imperishable Night. My favorite Touhou 8 boss theme is undoubtedly Mistia Loreley's Deaf to All But the Song. How does such a boss, deemed very weak even by Sun himself, that he says the song makes her sound like a powerful foe, have such a awesome theme? Zun also said the theme has nothing to do with mystery or birds or night or anything weird like that. That he just made this song to be cute? The gap really appeals to me and I really like Mistia's character a lot. As for the stage theme, my first choice is to go with Stage 5's Cinderella Cage, Kagome Kagome. I am quite traumatized by the Kagome Kagome nursery game and the nursery rhyme because my first encounter of it was from the live-action movie Kami-sama no Yutori, or As the Gods Will. I was a child back then, and you show that movie to a child and they'll be traumatized for life. So when I heard this theme, I was initially a bit afraid, and I thought that the boss connected to the theme is quite intimidating. Sure, Tei is a very strong yokai bunny girl, but her outside appearance, which is extremely cute, made my fears go away. I'm okay getting pranked by Tei, as long as she doesn't eat me like those bunnies from Blood Sea, and that's another source of trauma. Seriously, why are bunnies so cute and so frightening at the same time when Japan portrays them? I'll give second place to Stage 3's Nostalgic Blood of the East, Old World. Touhou 9, Phantasmagoria of Flower View. Since the boss themes are basically just stage themes due to the 1v1 nature of the game, I'll just go straight into giving my favorite boss / stage theme. It is Shiki Eiki Yamasanadu's theme, Eastern Judgment in the 60th year, Fate of 60 years. After all, Shiki Eiki is the law. Courtesy of Chirias. Of course, the corresponding theme is from the remix in the fan game Concealed the Conclusion, but you can't deny just how epic the theme is when you're going to exact justice, right? Anyways, I give second place to Aya Shameimaru's Wind God Girl. You'll find out soon enough why. Touhou 9.5, Shoot the Bullet. Another spin-off game that I can't ignore. Since I've already mentioned Wind God Girl, I'll instead give my second place which is Stage 5's theme, Retrospective Kyoto. The introduction is so impactful and it sounds like something that's going to sound good when played on a pipe organ. Touhou 10, Mountain of Faith. Now this is actually the game with the most difficult choices to consider. This game was my very first Touhou game. Touhou 6 was the second. This means that I played through Mountain of Faith countless times and all of its themes are special to me. Let's go at it one by one. A long time ago when I was listening to the song Dear You from Higurashu no Naku Koroni, for some reason that I really can't remember, no matter how I try to dig it up from the internet, I encountered a comment or a post that it shares a similar melody to Minoriko Aki's Because Princess Inada is Calling Me, which, when I listened to it, they are not at all similar. This eventually introduced me to Touhou, and now you're listening to what I'm saying. I don't really remember exactly if it's Dear You that led me to Princess Inada and subsequently Touhou, so if anyone knows about anything about this relation, please tell me as I would love to remember my exact origins as a Touhou fan. Hina Kageyama's two themes. Her stage theme, The Road of the Misfortune God, Dark Road, and her boss theme, Dark Side of Fate. What I like particularly is how fun music transformed these dark and intimidating themes into something light. Especially Hinakel Miracle by Iosis, which really helped me go through my mom's death, and the uplifting nature of the fan song really made me appreciate the original themes more, and Hina Kageyama as a character. She is the god of misfortune, not by giving you the misfortune, but rather taking away your misfortune and cleansing it. These particular themes made my life easier and brighter, and I'm really thankful for discovering this fandom for producing some of the best music I have heard in my life. As for the Stage 3 themes, the Gensokyo the Gods Loved might as well be Gensokyo's national anthem due to how iconic it is. On the other hand, Nitori Kawashiro's Akutagawa Ryunosuke's Kappa, Candid Friend, is somewhat out of place considering its technological nature compared to the Yokai Mountain and Gensokyo as a whole being non-technological for the most part. I've got my eyes on you, Yumemi. But it grows on you for some reason, and I don't dislike the theme. Stage 4, we have Fall of Fall, Autumnal Waterfall, which I believe is one of the most fitting in terms of ratio between the stage theme and the environmental art the stage had. It really captures the essence of an epic adventure going up and up the mountain through a waterfall, blasting spells to keep the pesky fairies and crows away. I don't know how unpopular this opinion is in the fandom, but I prefer Aya Shamimaru's Yokai Mountain, Mysterious Mountain than Wind God Girl because this theme fits Aya's battle mode better, where she isn't her reporter self, but rather as the guardian of the Yokai Mountain even if she didn't fight seriously. Sana Ekochiya's Faith is for transient people, has a bit of a pause, a calm part at the 2-minute and 21-second mark, which is easy to miss, either because you defeat her too quickly or lose all your lives. It's some sort of an Easter egg hidden, but not hidden in the full recording of the theme, which is a nice touch. The Stage 6 theme, Cemetery of Onbashira, Grave of Being, is easily one of my most favorite themes in Touhou in general because it really fulfills its duty of preparing your mood to fight someone extremely powerful. And thus Kanako Yasaka's theme, the Venerable Ancient Battlefield, Suwa Foten Field. Considering that it is the basis of the game over music, just emphasizes how much of a terrifying boss Kanako is. Last but not least, both of Suwako Moriya's themes, Tomorrow Will Be Special, Yesterday Was Not, and Native Faith, are also some of my favorites considering that I was a huge Suwako simp. See that picture? Yeah, I did that. Can't I just pick the whole music list of Mountain of Faith and be done with it? Maybe, but I still want to choose one. If it was my 2020 self just discovering Touhou, then I would have undoubtedly picked both of Kanako Yasaka's themes, but as my music preferences grew over time, my pick now for the stage theme is Fall of Fall, Autumnal Waterfall. And for the boss theme, if you predict based on my pick on POFV, would be Aya's Yokai Mountain, Mysterious Mountain. Kanako's themes remain at second place. Still, like I said, Mountain of Faith is my favorite Touhou mainline game, so I'll be arranging its themes in high priority soon. Touhou 10.5 Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. I mainly wanted to add this because I thought for the longest time that this game was the main source of Suika Ibuki's Broken Moon, but since I already mentioned the theme, then I'll give my favorite slot to Tenshi Hinanawi's Catastrophe in Bava-Agra, Wonderful Heaven, and by extension her last word theme, Bava-Agra as seen through a child's mind, which is a more epic version of the former. Touhou 11 Subterranean Animism. But now for this game, while the previous one might be the most difficult, this one is the easiest. If you haven't noticed my channel's motif yet, then you must know that I am the world's soon-to-be #1 Satori Komeiji fan. Thus, you can easily say that my most favorite Touhou 11 themes are Satori Komeiji's Satori Maiden Third Eye and Stage 4's theme, Heartfelt Fancy. I'll give second place to Parsi Mizuhashi's Green-Eyed Jealousy and Stage 3's Walking the Streets of a Former Hell. Touhou 12, Unidentified Fantastic Object. I think this one is obvious as well, considering that I literally made a love song based on Ichirin Kumoi's theme, which I am using for the background music of this exact video. Then it stands to reason that my favorite boss theme for Touhou 12 is The Old Man and the Stylish Girl. My favorite stage theme is Stage 1's At the End of the Spring, particularly when mentioning the initial payoff after 26 seconds and another at the 1 minute mark, which makes me more hyped than usual when playing the first stage of a Touhou game. I'll give the second place boss theme to Sho Toramaru's The Tiger Patterned Bishamonten or Vice Ravana depending on your preference. The theme is somewhat calm despite being a penultimate boss theme, which creates a likable gap in terms of threat level. Imagine being that calm, fighting against Sho, and then you try to dodge her lasers. Touhou 12.3 Hiso Tensuk. My favorite stage theme, or pre-battle theme to be more accurate for this game, is easily Scenery with Dolls. It is an orchestral music, and I have a supreme bias towards orchestral music. End of story. Touhou 12.5 Double Spoiler. Since I can't mention Yokai Mountain, Mysterious Mountain again, I'll give my favorite spot to Stage 2's theme, Yokai Modern Colony. I really love the piano in this track. Touhou 12.8 Great Fairy Wars. My favorite boss theme for this spin-off is the namesake boss theme, Great Fairy Wars, which creates a gap between how impactful and epic its intro is compared to the three fairies of light who are on the weaker side of the Touhou power rankings. It's also very melodic right afterwards, which becomes a better fit for the fairies and their playful nature. I'll give a second place to the first boss theme, taking your life on a prank, which I originally encountered while playing Touhou Puppet Dance Performance and is one of my most favorite battle themes of that fun game. Touhou 13, 10 Desires. Like with Touhou 12 and Ichirin Kumoy, I also created a love song for Toyo Satomimi no Miko some years ago, so my most favorite theme is easily Shotoku Legend, True Administrator. It is also a surprisingly calm song for a final boss fight, not as explosive as Kanako or Oku's themes, but I believe that it effectively reflects Miko's relaxed demeanor as a saintess. I'll give second place to Mamizo Futatsuiwa's theme, Futatsuiwa from Sado, for its non-serious and playful vibe that reflects Mamizo's personality as the drunkard leader of the Tanuki. As for the stage theme, my favorite is the first stage theme, Night Sakura of Dead Spirits, really resonates with me with the piano and violins that's really close to my style of creating music. Touhou 13.5 Hopeless Masquerade. As much as I want to glaze over how good Ichirin Kumoy's theme got remixed in this game, I already mentioned it, so thus my choice goes to Pre-Battle Theme, a popular location. It has that name for a reason. It's a really likable theme. Touhou 14, Double Dealing Character. Now, if you have listened my style in arranging music, you might notice that I lean heavily into concert bass drums, and my primary inspiration for this style is Raiko Horikawa. And thus my favorite for Touhou 14 is her theme, Primordial Beat, Pristine Beat. Zun himself said that he wanted to make the song feature drums prominently, but in the end he just didn't have the courage. Thus, I am actually excited to arrange this to prominently feature the drums. We'll see what will happen. I'll give second place to Shinmyo Maru Sukuna's Inchling of the Shining Needle, Little Princess. How could such a little girl have one of the most epic final boss battle themes? It really reminds me of David and Goliath, and it's really charming to think about. My stage theme favorite will go to Stage 1's theme, Misty Lake. It has similar vibes to Bad Apple, but it doesn't end there. This theme has such a good payoff around the 1 minute and 8 second mark that makes the wait worth it, and it dupes smoothly as well. Touhou 14.3 Impossible Spell Card. Once again, can't I just mention Yokai Mountain, Mysterious Mountain again? I really love the theme so much. Nevertheless, Eternal Transient Rain comes out as a surprise favorite. It has no business being this good, but only for a spin-off game. Touhou 14.5 Urban Legend in Limbo. Ibaraki Kasen's theme, Battlefield of the Flower Threshold, reminds me of the final battle of the manga series Wild and Horned Hermit, and it really makes me imagine how that fight could have been animated with this theme at its forefront. It's really epic. Touhou 15 Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom. I guess this one is also quite obvious. My favorite boss theme is Clown Piece's theme, Piero of the Star Spangled Banner, and my favorite stage theme is Stage 5's theme, A Faraway Voyage of 380,000 kilometers. I already did an arrangement where I explained why I love these themes, so please listen to it if you have the time. I'll give second place to Hecatya Lapis Lazuli's Pandemonic Planet and the extra stage theme, A World of Nightmares Never Seen Before. I'll also give a third place to Ringo's September Pumpkin, simply because I love the theme so much. You won't mind, right? Touhou 15.5, Antimony of Common Flowers. I will give up my mortal possessions to Joon Yorigami if she desires so. However, she might be disappointed because I'm extremely broke. My wallet is emptier than the void, and even if I wanted to indulge her whims, I'd probably have to offer IOUs instead of riches. Despite this unfortunate truth, I still admire her audacious nature as a somewhat like a spoiled brat Ojo-sama who's secretly an tsundere. Yes, it means that my favorite AOCF theme is Joon and Shion Yorigami's Tonight Stars, an easygoing egoist live version. Egoistic Flowers. It's like the soundtrack to my life, living on empty but still feeling the chaos. Touhou 16, Hidden Stars in 4 Seasons. A fun fact about my favorite boss theme for this game is that I discovered it entitled as Trance Dance Anarchy by Akatsuki Records. At one point, I was listening to it at least once every day for like 3 months, and I didn't really get sick of it. It's an easy earworm of a theme, which made me appreciate the original theme crazy backup dancers even more. My favorite stage theme, on the other hand, is Stage 1's A Star of Hope Rises in the Blue Sky. I believe that the canon protagonist for Touhou 16 is Chirno, considering she remembers her interaction with Okinamatara. This theme really fits the start of the journey of an unexpected star of hope, Chirno in this case, in her path to defeat the antagonist, who is a literal goddess. I'd even go as far as to say it fits as another Chirno theme, truly the strongest in all of Gensokyo. Touhou 16.5 Violet Detector. It's admittedly hard to choose for this one, to be honest, and after some deliberation, I went with Old Adam Bar. I can't explain, not because I am hiding the reason, it's simply because I don't know why I like it. No, I am not being held at gunpoint. Touhou 17 Wily Beast and Weakest Creature. My favorite boss theme for this game is Mayumi Jotogus Jotojin of Ceramics. The battle theme captures Mayumi's militaristic background and truly feels like a last stand of an army general who is prepared to lay down her life for her master, especially considering that she may not be tough enough to create a totally lasting impact, considering that Mayumi and her army are warriors made out of Haniwa dolls, which aren't exactly known for their durability. Despite this, the theme manages to convey a strong sense of resolve and duty, encapsulating Mayumi's unwavering commitment to her role as a protector. The music evokes a feeling in me, not only the strength of her spirit, but maybe also a hint of sadness, like when one is nearing their final frontier, as if acknowledging that her master will be somewhat vulnerable should she fall. This anthem is the anthem of loyalty. I'll give second place to Keiki Haniyasushin's Entrust This World to Idols, Idolatrize the World, which has this intimidating intro that seems to really tell you that this is the final battle. I've read of some comments stating that by Touhou 17, Zun seemed to have fallen off, but with both this theme and Mayumi's theme, it's not close to being true. My favorite stage theme is Stage 5's Beast Metropolis. It's the penultimate stage and right after Stage 4's Unlocated Hell, which is a fast-paced theme. Beast Metropolis sounds akin to a calm before a storm, vaguely hinting to the unwavering loyalty of Mayumi in the boss fight that acts as a good payoff for the stage theme. The pairing of Beast Metropolis and Johto Jin of Ceramics illustrates how Touhou's music serves not only as a backdrop but as an active participant in storytelling. The stage theme introduces the atmosphere of discipline, loyalty, focus, commitment, and sheer will, which all set up the emotional stakes that Mayumi's theme delivers to their dramatic conclusion. Touhou 17.5 Goyoku Ibun Sunken Fossil World. I really love Yuma's introduction in this game. That particularly large spoon is oddly charming. Then her second theme, Memento of All Organisms, Memory of Fossil Energy, also comes as a surprise. I didn't really expect a calm part at around 47 seconds of the theme, considering that Yuma's power set is that of gluttony. It's a nice treat, to be honest. Touhou 18 Unconnected Marketeers. My favorite stage theme of Touhou 18, by far, is Stage 3's The Perpetual Snow of Komakusa Blossoms, which I don't think is a surprise. This one is really popular, it's calming, it's perfect for a nice stroll in Gensokyo. It's in a major key, which is rare for Zun's music. You simply need to listen, and I believe you'll most likely understand immediately. As for the boss theme, my favorite is Mike Gotokuji's Kitten of Great Fortune. Not only do I like cat girls, the theme is also quite playful and, in my opinion, is unusually impactful as a first boss theme. It's hard to explain, but it's really, really, really hype. Touhou 18.5 100th Black Market. The stage theme an exciting and familiar Gensokyo sounds really silly, and listening to it brings a smile to my face. The fun and silly nature of the music adds a layer of charm to the stage, giving it a distinct feel that contrasts with some of the darker and more dramatic pieces in the Touhou series. The title itself seems to reflect a sense of familiarity and excitement, suggesting a return to our beloved world of Gensokyo with a fresh and fun twist. Touhou 19 Unfinished Dream of All Living Ghosts. And finally, the last game so far as of recording this video. My immediate favorite is Zanmu Nippakus, the Deviant's Unobstructed Light, Kingdom of Nothingness. The main melody really catches my attention, and it's really one of those themes that I think can translate well when played with a pipe organ. Moreover, those twisted eru sounds that you can hear throughout the theme. It's just really, really good. I'll give second place to Enoko Mitsugashira's A Brave and Leisurely Beast. The part of her theme at around 25 seconds sounds really good if it's made calm and serene, which gives me a lot of motivation to keep creating music. Thank you, Zun, for bringing these masterpieces to life, and I'm glad I discovered Touhou. And there you go, my favorite Touhou themes from each game, all in their glory. I just want to say again that this is all personal, subjective preferences, and is not meant to rank the best themes objectively, since we all have different tastes. Once again, these choices will also act as a roadmap for this channel and my future arrangements, but it isn't set in stone. Just because I said that my favorite theme for Touhou 11 is indeed Satori's theme, doesn't mean that Koishi's Hartmann's Yokai Girl is out of the question. At the end of the day, it's all going to depend on my mood and perhaps requests from the comments, which I will always welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for 800 subscribers. I hope that all of you will stick around for my future arrangements and accompany me in this journey towards improving myself so that I can share my passions to every one of you.